Hey guys, just trying to figure out something here. I need to turn the screen and it says it's not going to let me. What is going on? Well, let's try it. It doesn't want to let me do that. I don't know why. Son of a gun. Yeah, I'm supposed to be able to turn it and it's not allowing me to. Well, I guess we're going to have to do it this way. So anyway, this is my first live stream, so I'm gonna have to turn my phone or something, otherwise I'm gonna just have to hold it the whole time. So thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. I think I kind of messed up. I didn't put the time until like a couple minutes ago, so hopefully some more people chime in. I'm trying to see. Hey, Tanya, how you doing, man? Good to see you guys. Thanks for chiming in here. Hey, Truck for Truth. Yep, here I am. Hey, you guys gotta, hopefully this works, but I gotta show you guys where I'm at. This place is really cool. This is outside Monte Vista, and you can see these huge boulders up behind me here. And Lily and I were just. Okay, that was live. Wow, that was right above us. I mean, that was like right above us. That was nasty. But yeah, we're a few boulders up here, and Lily and I were climbing up in there and checking this all out. These old growth trees, like literally grown up in the middle of those rocks and splitting the rocks. It's totally cool. And here's everybody's favorite. Come here, Stinker. I think that scared her. There's Lily. Say hi, everybody. Hey, Joe, how you doing? So, where are you guys calling from, or where are you guys at? And by the way, ask any questions you want. I'm pretty much an open book here. But I think we're going to go inside. That lightning was close. Come on, Sneaker. I also have to learn to read these, and that's kind of why I wanted it to flip the other direction. I'm going to have to figure that out another time. That was a ringing endorsement. There you go. I like that. Yeah, the only thing wrong with this live stream is the size of my coffee cup. It looks big to you guys, but this thing is super small. I lost my coffee cup at the last camp I was at, and I am actually going back because it was a gift from somebody really special, and I've got to try and see if I can find it. Hopefully it's there. Dallas, okay. Hey, welcome, Dallas. Yeah, it is a cool cup. It's Bare Bones Living. They make all kinds of really like cabiny type stuff. I really like their stuff. I saw it at Overland Expo. I want to get a couple of their lights in here. They look like old lanterns, but they're on a smaller scale. They're pretty sweet. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Samsonite. Okay, that's an interesting title. Yeah, definitely. We were hanging out with Brian there for a while in Meadow, and Brian had a lot of things Brian's got to do, and he's a mover, man. He'll get in a place, he plans on staying there, and he ups and jumps and goes someplace else, and that's just Brian. You get used to it. But we might see him later on this year after he gets back from Arizona. He's going to be working on his camper, making it a little bit more winter, and hopefully we see him back out here for the snow. South of Flagstaff. Oh, I love Flagstaff. One of the places you want to check out in Flagstaff is Edge of the World. Awesome, awesome place. Overlooks, from Flagstaff, overlooks Sedona. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to film these places as much as I can. Right now, like the last 2 weeks, I've not like used the drone a whole lot. It's hunting season, and the last thing I know some hunter wants is some guy flying his drone around when he's been stalking his prey for like the last day, and I scare it away. Yeah, would not be cool. At least I wouldn't want to be that guy. Well, anyway, let's take you guys outside. Um, it's kind of weird. It's been doing this all day. It's like rained and then it stopped, rained and then it stopped. But this is really cool. I was parked down here. This is actually the end of this road, but that big tree right there was blocking out my sun for the solar. And I've got 365 watts of solar on the top here, 460 amp hours of battery, but unless the sun's out, it just don't do any good. Yes, I'm still in Colorado, so I'm outside of Monte Vista. Actually, it's kind of funny. Speaking of Brian earlier, he sent me to this area to find a cool fishing spot, and I went up there, and every spot up there was taken by hunters. I went up the entire mountain. It was that mountain right there. That's 11,000 feet. We're back down at 8,000 feet. And I just saw this cool road that cruised off the side here and ended up being these really neat boulders. So worked out pretty well. Yeah, that sky is pretty nasty. Man, that was just one big lightning strike, and that was it. Thunder, lightning. That was crazy. But you know, the cool thing is the Sunraider's built for it. So it's like if it lightning, if it rains, whatever, we just huddle inside and we're good. Oh, you know that area. Hey, heck yeah. Say hi to Beagle Hiker. So hello, Beagle Hiker. Where are you from? And Chad Vermillion. Hey, Chad. So, any questions that you guys got for us? We'll be out in Colorado in 2 weeks. Yeah, absolutely. The best thing to do is to watch my Instagram. My Instagram is also Sunroamer Overland. I have a lot more updates there, and you can get a better idea where I'm at. And I'm always willing to share a fire, even though there's not one here right now. Hey, Zozie from Greece. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate you. I was saying earlier, Chad, I'm out in below Monte Vista, still in Colorado. Hey, thank you, Samsonite. See you guys, man. I got to get your name, Samson. I'm sure that's not your name. Can we please show you the view? Oh, absolutely. I'm going to turn the camera so you guys can see this place. These rocks are absolutely incredible. And then we've got a creek that goes alongside here, but there's no water in it right now. I mean, just all around here, we're just in this little canyon area. And the best view, Lily. Oh, there goes another one. Okay. I won't take a step in Georgia unless you want to become a campfire story. Gotcha. Yeah, it is really beautiful here. Colorado is just, I don't know, it's just one of those stunning places. I spent from about 14 years old till 18 years old in Bayfield, Colorado, living on a dude ranch and then working ranches around that area. And that's kind of the area where I consider myself growing up. and I absolutely love Colorado and its climate. Montrose. Oh, okay, very cool. I was up there visiting my buddy up there. He's the one that did this cool upgrade on my rig because this was bouncing up and down really bad and causing stress fractures. So yeah, he did a really great job on that. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Denmark. Wow, you're coming from quite a ways. Oh, it's starting to rain a little bit, and the sun came out. How weird is that? It's like we got sun here, and we got clouds over there, and we got rain in the middle. So strange. I've got to get in because I can't see the screen. Come on, Stinker. Come on, girl. Creeper van. Do I travel country or just Colorado? Right now, I just travel between Colorado and Arizona. I'm on a really limited income, so you know, I kind of go between those areas. I am trying to grow the YouTube channel to a point where it's actually bringing some income in. If it gets to that point ever, then I will definitely do some more locations that are some. Yeah, I'd love to go up the Pacific Northwest. I'd probably like to go to Montana. I like to fly fish, so that would be a cool place to go. Durango in a few. Oh, heck yeah, dude. Wait, I'm driving to Durango in a few weeks. Okay. Near Flagstaff on the way. I'm not in Flagstaff. I'm in Colorado. I don't get it. Hit me up. We'll talk. Mike. Yeah, Montana would be nice. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. That would be one of the places I'd like to go. Like I said, Pacific Northwest. I'm not an East Coast person, even though I have met some of the most incredible East Coast people on the road and invited me to the East Coast, but I probably just can't deal with the heat there. It would be a very limited amount of time I could go there. Kentucky. Gonna fish on the Ohio River soon. Very cool, man. Fly fishing or bait casting? Curious. Hopefully you're fly fishing. Are you a dad? No, just to Lily. That was kind of a long story, but my wife could not have children. My ex-wife could not have children, so yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't know what that means. But the one thing about this small cup of coffee is it takes a lot of pours to keep me happy with the amount of coffee. Hogbacks. Where is that? That sounds familiar. Is that North Carolina or something? Thank you for the hearts. Lily is precious. Yes, I would agree. She's precious and she's ornery, but it is her way of telling people hello. She just has to bark at them, and she has such a ferocious little bark. But that's her way of saying hello. Yeah, it looks like it's nice out again. You know, as much as I enjoy the fact that I built the Sunraider to live in and travel in and all that kind of stuff and get me to really cool locations, you gotta love the outdoors. I mean, this is my backyard wherever I go, and that's what's so special about it.
How old am I? I am 61 years old. How do we get stickers? That's the difficult thing about living on the road. I don't have anybody that can ship stickers for me. Um, I'll work on that. I'll see. Maybe I can talk to my buddy Elevated Fabworks and see maybe if I can work something out with Jenna to ship stickers out for me. Maybe I'll check into that. By the way, Jenna, you're probably not out there listening, but Jenna, Patrick's wife, Elevated Fabworks, it is her birthday today. So happy birthday, Jenna. Ken, oh, really? Colorado? I did not know that, and I've never heard of King Carl, Colorado. Hmm, interesting. Bipolar weather, yeah, sure is. uh, will I be in Quartzsite? I may be there for Schoolie Palooza. I'm not sure. The other thing that I go to that area for, I don't go to California very often, but King of the Hammers is coming up around that time also, and I try to do both those events. Don't know if I'll make it this year. Oh, you bet. One of the things I really wanted to do, and I thought my friends and I were going to go do this, but I haven't heard from them. I was going to go to Moab with some friends next month, but I haven't heard back from them, so not exactly sure what happened. Hello, Bailey Hover. Thanks for being here. So, guys, I'm on the fence about this. What's your opinion? I took this e-bike, or I took this Surly bike, converted it to an e-bike. As much as I like having it, the weight, I keep it inside the rig when I travel, so it's really taking a lot of space. I'm thinking about unloading it and selling it. I do enjoy taking Lily on it, but I just don't use it enough, and most of the time it ends up outside underneath a tarp so that I can keep it out of the rain. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Well, I'm glad we haven't lost anything here. Get a one wheel. Those things are pretty cool. But after my buddy Patrick dislocated his knee and messed up his ACL and his MCL, I'm 61 years old, man. That thing ain't healing if I hurt myself. So I've already took a tumble on one. My buddy thought I destroyed myself, and I was fine. But yeah, I probably won't go with the one wheel. I am totally retired now. I had a small business that I sold during the pandemic, unfortunately. Lost a lot of value of the business because of that. It was in real estate. I was a real estate post installer. I installed real estate posts, and well, I rented them out to people, built them, and then installed them. And I sold that company after 10 years, and I've been living on that for the last almost 5 on the road full time. Clearly a skill issue. Patrick's pretty good at what he does. He was actually just, I think, if I remember correctly, he was pushing it beyond its brake limit, and it just literally stopped on him and ran out of power or something, and he went head over heels. You could do it. But yeah, that's one of the reasons, going back to I'm a retired full time, that's one of the reasons why I live so cheaply. I literally get away with $1,000 a month. That's what I survive on. Also, one of the reasons why I don't travel so far. I get into an area and I pretty much try to stay in that general area where I can resupply every 2 weeks and then get back into the woods. Lily. This is Lily's. She loves to roll. What you doing, silly girl? What you do? Huh? Are you being silly? Are you being silly? Nope. She says, "Oh, I know I'm on camera. I'm done." Okay. Oh, sun's coming out again, so it's hard to see. So back inside we go. Yeah, little Lily. She's 11 years old. So that's another thing I've got to really keep an eye on her. She loves to be like me, which is act a little younger than I am, but that can get us in trouble. Huh, Stinker? Good girl. Yeah. But yeah, you guys can see the Sunraider here. Everything's pretty much as I would normally have it. I have never been to Florida. It's hard to find places. I don't know. I've known people that have been down in Florida, but I don't know. I know back east is supposed to be really difficult to boondock. Eight-years old. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've lost too many pets in the years. I've always had a pet. So since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. It's an awesome build. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, this thing took me 2 years while I was working in my backyard to build the way I wanted to, so that I could have something that I could live in on a limited income. And one of the reasons I'm trying to grow the channel, you know, every little bit helps. So I do appreciate when you guys share the videos or anything to your friends, someone you think might be interested in this type of, you know, watching this kind of content. Sure do appreciate it when you share those out to others. That really helps grow the channel. Yeah, and if you haven't had a chance, I've got a really cool video on the build itself. I did one finally on the actual how I built it, the four-wheel drive, and did all that. I did that one recently, and a while back I did one on the interior build and why I built it the way that I did. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, the real thing about this Sunraider is these windows. I mean, it's like, and it's so funny because my buddy truckhouse.co, he's the one that builds the one on the Ram chassis. He had one of the original Toyota Sunraiders, and that's what, you know, gave him the enthusiasm to build what they have now, which is probably one of the best rigs out there by far. He does what I do. He like takes it and actually uses it and puts it in places that I probably couldn't put this one because I'm not on 40-inch tires. But they kept this same design in the back, which says a lot about, you know, in 1980 how the Sunraider did this. Yeah, pretty much have almost everything I need. Ooh, you know, that's a hard one about the wood stove. One thing that's really difficult when you're living on the road full time is everything is about space. And like, I just got that boat, and here's where the boat is down here, and my fishing stuff. This used to be open, and this is now completely just, excuse me, flooded with stuff. And I'll run out of space. So the wood stove I only use during the winter months in the snow. And here's the problem. Last year, a lot of the places that I would normally go during the winter for the snow are starting to close the roads. So
I don't know. We're gonna have to see how winter pans out this year, because if I can't be up here in the snow in the winter, probably pulling the wood stove, because that's a lot of space and some extra weight that I don't need. I would hate to do it. I mean, I love having it, and it's great for also burning trash, which I use it all the time for. Second, second. Crazy guy pulling next to us in the middle of the night. Wow. Screaming all night. Oh my gosh. Um, the really, here's the thing. I mean, I don't know what areas you're camping in. I am usually so far back in the woods in the backcountry that I'm in an area where people are going to be like myself. They respect the area, they take care of the area, they're not trashing the areas. Like right where I'm at right now, this is much closer to town, so this would be a more area where I'd be more concerned about that if a car came down through here. Of course, I have protection with me, but if a car didn't come down through here and we're acting suspicious. But the worst thing that ever happened to me was here in Colorado, and it was just a weird thing that happened in the middle of the night, and I did a video on it. On the middle of the night, I heard a gunshot, and there was only like 4 or 5 camps in this area, and I saw the 2 people that went down that night when they pulled in. Didn't talk to them, and I was going to go down there, but it was quite a walk down through there. I had grabbed my protection means, and I thought, I don't want to be in the dark. They're already spooked, whatever they shot at. The scary thing is I know there was a moose and a calf in that area, and I'm really hoping they didn't think that was a bear in the woods, do something stupid. But I went down there afterwards. They were completely gone. That morning, I woke up early in the morning just to go see if everybody was okay, and they were gone. So they came in and left, and I didn't see blood tracks anywhere or anything, so I don't think they shot anything. They just shot off in the middle of the night. Oh, and I had a bear come up to the window. I was literally just sitting in here in Silverton, up in the mountains in Silverton. I was sitting here and I look out and there's a bear's nose at my window, and spooked him, and he ran off. Someone just pulled in. Speaking of that, yeah, there's a truck that just pulled in. I don't know what's going on, but we'll find out. Lily's here, so we're good. So I think they're going down to that next spot below me to check that out. Yeah, it was startling for sure. And it was a single shot, so it was kind of weird. Whoops, sorry. It was kind of weird to have that happen. But I'm just glad everybody was okay. Something didn't happen back there. Texas, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Or girl, sun goddess. I'm not exactly sure. Um, Yeah, I just spent some time with friends from Texas, in the one that I just did that RV walkthrough, the trailer, pop-up type trailer. That thing was so cool. They're from Texas, and I've gotten invites to come down there from several Texans. Um, I've met some of the greatest people from Texas. I've not run into the people that a lot of people say, "Oh, you're from Texas." Lily is 11 years old, and I have had her since she was a puppy. So yeah, she's not going anywhere, that's for sure. Yeah, the San Juans are beautiful. They really are. I'm actually in the Rio Grande area now, but the San Juans aren't that far away. Lily, stay here. Hey, she wants to investigate, see what was going on. Yeah. I know, guy in a truck. This is the first time this has happened. We were just talking about it. Drove past here and went down to the place where I was at first and turned around and went out. So, yeah. Don't know what that was all about. I thought you might be a woman. Do you ever go south for the winter? South meaning like Baja?
I'm not exactly sure. I've been invited to Baja by several people. I've just not gone yet. Again, that kind of goes back to my limited income, but I'm okay with that until that changes. Ah, thank you, Andrew. Appreciate that, man. I'm glad everybody enjoys the build. I take a lot of pride in the things that I build, and I built it for a purpose. It's like I tell people a lot. I've asked people, they say, "Man, I can't believe where you take that thing." I built it as a tool. I mean, yeah, I wanted something comfortable to live in, but if I couldn't get back to the locations I want to get to, this thing would be up for sale, and I would be building something else. When you say Sun Goddess, when you say south, are you talking about Baja? Oh, Arizona. I'm from Arizona. Well, my business was in Arizona. I go back to Arizona right after I leave here. So usually it depends on where I can get in down here this year. I was talking about that earlier. Um, they're starting to close the area down a lot. And so I'm looking for new winter locations out here. But November, December is usually when everything starts shutting down here, and I go back to Arizona. I go into the Prescott area. That's where I was from. New Mexico, I'm actually pretty close to the border of New Mexico right now. I have not been into New Mexico yet, but that is enough of the area that I want to, at least up in the mountain area. I forgot the name of the mountain range there, but I want to get up there for sure and check that out. Interesting about gray water. So I don't have tanks in this. Show you this guy here if you don't know. So in here, I just cover this. I have a composting toilet. That's from my dirty hands. Everything in here gets dirty. It's crazy how dirty everything gets. But yeah, so I use a composting toilet. It's just me, so it works out really great. And I don't have any gray water. And for, sink, I don't really have a sink per se. So I have just the faucet. And when I clean my dishes, I literally just use this and paper towels. And then I burn the paper towels in that little beauty. So yeah, I don't have the gray water issue. So I wouldn't know about that, but I could see, I know there's been a big thing about people talking about how bad gray water is. Depends on how bad your gray water is and what you're actually using it for, I would think. But again, that's one of the reasons why I built the rig that I built, how I built it. I don't leave a trace. When I'm in an area, I literally don't leave no trace when I leave. Gray Bueno said hi. Hello. Thanks for being here. I am a huge coffee drinker. If you guys didn't know, it's like if I don't have a coffee cup in my hand, it doesn't feel right. And that comes from my dad was a tow truck driver back in Denver, Colorado. And when I was 8 years old, actually younger than that, but when I was 8 years old, I would hang out with him in the tow truck on the weekends, and we would go do tows, and we would sit at IHOP or 7-Eleven, or depending on what time of night it was, coffee and hanging out and waiting for the next tow. Ah, hey, glad to catch you live. Yeah, me too. Thank you for being here, and no problem being a little late. I don't even know how this works. Oh, okay, we've been on for 34 minutes. I think they typically, I've been on with Brian. Brian's actually the one that gave me the idea to do a live. So hopefully it's working out, and this is something, if this is something you guys like, we'll do more often for sure. And I actually enjoy the company because it does get lonely out here, to be honest with you. I love it when I get to hang out with people. That's more my thing than it is just being by myself. It can get boring, honestly, believe it or not. My favorite coffee, I buy cheap coffee, so I don't do my own anything. Folgers. um, I use the old percolator, nothing fancy here. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I grew up on 7-Eleven coffee, so. Goods and bads of Starlink. The only bad about Starlink is its price. Starlink is absolutely great. Oh, I take that back. It is a power hungry device, especially if you do not get a 12-volt conversion. I had the generation 2. I mounted it flat on my roof and I converted it to 12 volts. So it doesn't pull as much power, but I'm literally, because of days like this where you don't get as much sun, I don't have enough panels on the roof. I have a single panel. I want to change that. Actually, this is something I'm going to be doing in the future. So I'm going to be removing this back fan. I have one up in the front, and taking this whole area and putting another solar panel so that I can have more juice. Yeah, I do have problems with height. I do carry a chainsaw. I've never had to use it yet. I'll kind of like push slow through the bushes and the branches. So far, I've not had any problem with it. I have been into areas where I absolutely had to turn around, excuse me, because the height was too much of a restriction. Bridges, no. I'm only 9.5 feet tall to the very top. So bridges or anything like that, I've never had a problem with. But in the backcountry, because of trees, I've had problems. Folgers 7-Eleven back in the day with Big Gulp. Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. When I was going to school, I was going to school with some friends, and we were going to night school, and we would get those big gulps, the big monster cups. We would fill those with coffee. We'd be pretty wired for the night. I know you. Wait, is this Jenna McKelvey? If it is, I said earlier, happy birthday, if it's you. Yeah, like I said, I am a big coffee drinker. Grandpa. You didn't know you have YouTube? Okay. I don't understand that. Hi, Gracie. Where are you from? Where do you hail from, I guess is the word. There's a lot of you that are new, so thought I would take you out and again show you this beautiful place. There's just these huge boulders that I found in this canyon, and Lily and I were hiking up, and there was a lot of fun. And there's a small creek over here that is now dry. Now this is something too. So this is one of those areas when I pulled in here, man, my ears popped. That was weird. When I pulled in here, I noticed that this ground was really, so if I was back here and it really started storming, I would pack up and get out of here, because this is gonna be real mucky when it gets wet. And that's something I always keep an eye on, is when I get into an area, I always try to remember I've got to get out of here. And if the weather changes really bad, how badly am I going to have to get out of here? And I do have a winch and recovery gear and all that kind of stuff. You want to come meet me? check out my I don't know if you're from Colorado, but I'm always interested in meeting people on the road. Check out my Instagram, Sunroamer Overland. Also, I'm always updating where I'm at the time, or at least close to where I'm at. And people can private message me. I love to hang out with people, sit for a cup of coffee. I don't set up a whole lot outside. I do have, I've shown this before, you've seen my videos. So I have that track system that goes across on the top. So I'll put out an awning, and I do have my chair here. I actually really like this because I had this set up earlier. I'll sit outside, and if it starts to rain, all I've got to do is pull the fabric off, take it inside, and then when it gets better, come back in. And of course, the other really cool thing that I enjoy, if you guys haven't seen it or not, I don't have it out right now because of the rain, but my hammock. So that folds out and becomes a hammock across here, and I can use that anytime, anywhere. It's really cool. Folders has too much acid for me. Yeah, I think it's just because I grew up, you know, with the stuff. It doesn't bother me. And a lot of, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the acidic that comes from coffee comes from brewing it hot. Just something to think about. Maxwell House makes me grouchy. I get grouchy when I go into the store and I find out that Folgers are so expensive. All I can afford is Maxwell House. Thank you, appreciate that. Knee-deep outdoorsman. The one thing about that chair is, so it does an interesting thing. I'll show you real quick. I actually did a short on it. You might want to check out on my YouTube video. But so it changes height. So these flip around and go on the other side. So it'll be a high chair or a lower chair. The thing is, it's not as stable when it's flipped the other direction. You can tell this way it's really stable. The other way it's not near as stable, but it is a great chair. Oh, nice. Just bought a travel hammock stand. Very cool. I get the house brand coffee then, yeah. See if I missed anything here. Cinnamon and vanilla Walmart coffee. I'll have to check that out. Because, yeah, Walmart is actually pretty good on their cost of coffee. I usually get my coffee at Walmart if I can because they have the best deal. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Gonna be watching the channel. Let me know what you think. You know, the thing is, it's funny because I built the rig to do some really cool stuff, but to be honest with you, most of the places I go, most of them really don't require four-wheel drive. The reason this really requires four-wheel drive when I'm taking it places, because you'll look at some of the places I go and it's like, oh, it doesn't look that bad. A 4Runner could take it no problem. Because of my weight and because it's a house, I have to have lower gears so that it's keeping the RPMs up on the engine. So a lot that goes into that, but yeah, so it has to be four-wheel drive. Kahlua in my coffee. There you go. I've had that before. It's actually pretty good. There was another thing I tried one time in my coffee somebody gave me. I forgot what it was. Yep, classic Folgers. It's changed some over the years. I've noticed that, but you know, is what it is. It's still the cheapest thing out there. I can't afford to go sit in a coffee shop. That's one of the reasons why Starlink is also so good, because if you don't have Starlink and you're trying to do this, which I tried to do for the first 2 years without Starlink, actually 3 years without Starlink, man, I would go into a library or something like that, I would be there for 6 hours sometimes downloading a video. It was absolutely crazy, and it meant that I had to go into town even though I wasn't ready to go into town. And kind of also why when I first started this, I was only doing videos about once every 2 weeks, because I just didn't want it to rule my life. You know, I didn't want it to be the thing why I had to go into town to get supplies. So, yeah. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, by the way, guys, talking about growing the YouTube channel, when you guys are on the channel, comments really help. That somehow pushes the algorithm, and I'm always commenting back. There are times, like in the last few days, because of the weather, I have not had my Starlink on as much because it is such a power-hungry device. So if I'm not answering a comment, I will eventually answer the comment. I answer all my comments on the YouTube channel. Yeah, so it's interesting, you know, if you go back on my videos and notice, most of my videos were like 15 to like 25 minutes. So it didn't take that long. Now, you guys are asking for longer videos, so I'm starting to do like 45 minutes to an hour, and those things take like 6 hours to download, even on Starlink, so it's like crazy. But that's cool because I can just let it do its thing and I can still enjoy all this. My first Yorkie was named Miss Lil, unless she was she was called Lily. Oh no. I live in Johnson, Ohio. Oh, very cool, man. Yeah. She's I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Lily is actually a Chorkie. So she's a Chihuahua Yorkie mix. But she definitely has that Chihuahua bark. Yeah, so now that I'm doing like 45-minute to an hour videos and they're in 4K, yeah, it really takes a lot. Oh, you betcha, Andrew. Maine, that's far. No, I have never been to Maine. Looks like a beautiful place though. There's a lot of places that you know I'd like to go. Getting back to it, but when you got here, oh man, that sun. Yeah, we need to go inside. When you know, I'm on a very limited income, so that's kind of the reason why I stick to certain areas. Cool, thank you. I'm glad you said that about the longer videos. It was kind of weird putting them together because I felt like, well, the next day, next day, next day. But you know, that's kind of what this life is. This life is just one day leading into the next day and the things that we do. It's sometimes hard to remember to video. 3 chihuahuas. Wow. Yeah, they definitely bark. Won't take an intruder. I know him. Yeah. I used to be a real estate appraiser, and I remember chihuahuas. I would always ask people when I went into their house, especially if it was a 2-story and I had to go up there by myself. I'd be like, I'd look at them and I'd ask them flat out. I go, "Do your dogs bite?" And they go, "No." And what they don't know is that when they're not around, their dogs bite. Are you in a camper car? No, yes. This is actually a 1982 Toyota Sunraider. It's an 18-foot model, and I got it as a 2-wheel drive, converted it to 4-wheel drive, and it was completely gutted inside. So, yeah, so this is my home. I've been living in it now for almost, well, I have been living in it for 5 years. I've been on the road for 4 years in this rig. And there's a lot of YouTube videos on it. Cool. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate that. A Schweenie. Shih Tzu Dotson High. Wow. 13 years. Wow. Yeah, Lily still acts like a puppy. But she was following me once. She used to really love to run with me when I used to ride my mountain bike. And she took a tumble, I think, behind me one time, and she slipped a disc in her back when I took her in. So no more of that. Now she gets her backpack on the back of me, and I take her. At Care Lake. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, man. Were you the guys that stopped and said hello and asked me, like, where the road was that I came up? That was funny. If it's these guys, I was up there at the lake, and they came up and they go, yeah, yeah, that's us. They were like, is there another road up here? I'm like, nope, I came down the same road you did. That's funny. Glad you guys said hello, man. That's awesome. A walker. Oh wow. Um, she doesn't necessarily suffer from it because I don't put her in the position to, but I think if I pushed her to do things, yeah, she would suffer from it. Oh wow. Yeah, I sure hope so. On the feed, on the videos, check your settings. Make sure that you've got the bell clicked. That gives you the notification that there's a video up. Yeah, Lily is just the sweetest thing ever. She really is. Most of her time is basically like this. This is Lily. Either there or she's up here on the pillows with me. A lot of times also she'll just sit up here. Yeah, she's a good girl. Oh wow, 52 minutes. So we're gonna cut it at an hour. So we got about 8 more minutes or so. But if anybody came late, just wanted to show you this beautiful place that I'm at. And that's one of the things, that's one of the things that's been so nice for me is having you guys as part of this, because I had mentioned earlier, it just does get lonely on the road, and it gives me motivation to go to cool places, to share with you guys some of these just incredible places. Like I want to get my drone out here when the sun comes down, get some really nice lighting, and fly around here. And show you guys this place. But yeah, it really does give me motivation to go to some really cool places to take you guys so that you can see these areas that for whatever reason, what, you might not get a chance. Lily, what? She doesn't know what she's barking at. There's nothing there. How funny. So the reason I have the jacket on her most of the time, if it gets really hot, I'll take it off. But it doesn't seem to bother her. Oh, wow. That's what she's barking at. She saw something I didn't see. Wow. I don't know if there's a rancher back there or... because they're really moving. Let's see. There you go. Cattle. Lily. Okay, thank you. Yeah, there's cattle on the other side over there. Okay, Stinker. Come on. Hey, okay. Thank you. We're not going to bother the cattle. Come on inside. Hey, inside. Come on. Inside. Good girl. Sorry about that. Yeah, it was cattle. What was I saying? Sorry. Oh, the jacket. Yeah, so she is so close to the ground, and the type of hair that she has, she collects everything, and she loves to roll. And she has gotten foxtails If you know what those things are, she's had 3 of those and she's had to be in for surgery. So I really keep an eye on her, and I try to keep that on her, and it keeps a lot of the stuff off of her hair. Yeah, these rock formations are incredible. Well, appreciate that. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this, the areas that I take you, for sure. Yeah, the jackets are really nice. That the particular ones I use are from not Rough Stuff. That's Rough Wear. She has a down jacket too that we use in the winter, and then she also has boots that she wears. Hey, Belabushka. I have a guitar. It is in storage right now. It's kind of one of those things, you know, when I get back to Arizona, I decide for the next year what I'm going to bring with me, what I'm not going to bring with me. I'm not really great at the guitar. I'm a dabbler. I've never gotten over the dabbling section of playing guitar. So sometimes I think, you know, gosh, I really wish I had that to pass the time. And then other times I'm like, man, that thing is such a pain in the butt, because it's a really nice guitar, and trying to keep it safe and keep it from getting damaged can be a problem. Oh, by the way, you guys, if you're ever looking for a way to help the channel and or help support us, I don't do what's that thing called, Patreon. I may do it in the future, but I'm not going to offer anything different than I offer everybody else. It's just going to be a way to say thank you if you can do that. Um, but I have an Amazon link at the end of all of my videos. You'll have to scroll down to see it. And if you're purchasing something on Amazon, if you wouldn't mind using that link, you don't pay anymore, and I get a little bit back from it. It's just helpful. So just a thought. Yeah, it is. It is a really pretty area here. I was really surprised. I thought there wasn't going to be anything when I came down from the mountain, because I came down in 2,000 foot of elevation, and this is just in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing else around here like this. It's like all of a sudden these rocks just jut out of nowhere. It's really cool. God, my ear is really ringing. Man, I don't know what that's from. You should try buy me a coffee. Hi, Goffy Vlogs. You got here just about when we're ready to say goodbye. If you haven't already been here listening. Oh, it's getting warm too. Wow, that sun really, it got kind of humid from the rain and the heat. Yeah, like I say, anytime I'm on the road, if you find out I'm in the area, man, especially if I've heard people say that they saw me somewhere or something like that. Man, get me to pull over, say hello. I do carry stickers with me, so you know there's always that too. You can use the funds for gas. Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm gonna be in this, not quite this area, so the area where, let's see, my last video, yeah, the video like up at the lake in that area. So I'm gonna be back up in that area after I leave here, except I'm gonna come around from the other side and come, oh, thank you so much. I didn't even know you could do that. Appreciate that. Um, but yeah, I'm going to come up around the other side, up the Conejos River, and camp along that area and take you guys up through there. That should be really neat up there too. Hi, Luke. What's that last name? Where are you from? Is that German? I'm Swedish, Dutch, German is my heritage. Oh, thank you, man, for being here. And yeah, I love answering questions about the rig or about where we go and all that kind of stuff. The one thing I can't do is I can't tell you guys where I'm actually at. Um, I may do that if I ever do Patreon. I might share locations that way. I'm not exactly sure yet. Oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, that means a lot, definitely. Um, yeah, so oh, there's also throw this down there too to let you know. With the Amazon link that I have, I also have a PayPal link. So if you ever want to buy a coffee or whatever, you can do a one-time donation. You can do a monthly donation, whatever you want to do if you feel so inclined. The beautiful or the friend. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. You're safer not going out of your immediate location because of the hunters. Um, More than likely, I think that's what you're thinking. I'm actually safer the further up in the mountains I am because I'm more secluded and I'm able to take care of myself when I'm up there. It's when you get closer into town that people that normally wouldn't be that high up can get to you more easily. So just a thought. Well, hey, we're over the time, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And also let me know on my regular post or whatever, or on the notice that I put out on this, if Saturday is the best day for you. I'm open to doing either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but I know Brian does one, and I know my buddy Truckhouse Timmy also does a premiere on his. I've also thought about doing premieres. I'd like your thoughts on that. That would mean that we're watching the video together when it first comes out and we're able to chat back and forth. That's another option I've thought about doing for you guys. So, anyway, again, thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate you, but I got to say goodbye.